Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the new lesson, our urban government. That is chapter 24. Previously, we read about rural governance. That is chapter 23. So, these two chapters deals with local bodies, and in local bodies we are studying about rural and urban. Rural we have already done. Now we are going to start urban governance. Now urban means cities, and we all know that cities are more populated than villages. There are some of the reasons behind it, that mostly people are migrating to towns and cities for different things. Somebody are shifting for better education, somebody are shifting to settle because lots of facilities are there in cities. So there are number of reasons. Somebody are also shifting to get jobs and getting more better options. So today the cities are more overcrowded, and that's why cities also facing lots of problems, that like scarcity of drinking water, electricity, transportation. And to overcome this problem, a management is needed to look after this. Now the question arises that who is going to look after these things? Who are going to look after the problems of the people? Who are going to provide the civic amenities to the people? These are the main things, right? So for this responsibility has been given to urban self-governing bodies. And this self-governing bodies in urban areas was provided by the 74th Amendment Act of 1992. And it divided into 3 levels. There are 3-tier system of urban local self bodies. One is Nagar Panchayat for semi-urban areas. Semi-urban means it is transforming into urban, but it has not completely become urban. That's why its name is Nagar Panchayat. Next is Municipal Council. It has also been given the name Nagar Parishad, and it will be found in cities where the population is between 20,000 to 10 lakh. And corporation, that is the apex level, apex body of urban local self bodies, that is municipal corporation, and it is found in big cities and where the population is more than 10 lakhs, like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. These are all where we find municipal corporations. So if we start from lower level, this comes Nagar Panchayat, then is Municipal Council, and then is your corporation. So municipal corporation is the topmost urban local self bodies. As we read in rural governance, that Jila Parishad is the apex body. Now these urban local self bodies are called municipalities, and they are elected by the people directly through elections. People, those who have 18 years and above, they vote and elect the members. And those members who are elected, they are called municipal councillors. We all know that each city is divided into wards, and the number of wards depends upon the population. According to the population, the wards are there. So wards vary from city to city due to population. If a city has a large, then the number of wards will be more. Voters elect one representative from each ward and for a term of 5 years. For how many years? For 5 years. And to become the member, one must be not less than 21 years. This is also very important. To become the member, to become the municipal councillor, one must be 21 years of age or above, not less than 21 years. Seats are also reserved for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other backward classes. And 1/3 seats are reserved for women. That means number of wards are there. Out of that, 1/3 seats are reserved for women. These are all the provisions of urban local self bodies. So let's start with the 3-tier system of urban local self bodies, and we are going to start from lower level. First is Nagar Panchayat. Nagar. We all know that towns, which is a smaller form of city but bigger than village. That's why its name has been given Nagar Panchayat. It has been transforming into towns, but still some part is there. It is above village, but it has not completely become a city. So that's why it is called Nagar Panchayat, a village which is transforming into urban areas. That's why it is called Nagar Panchayat. Okay? And it is the smallest local body in urban areas. Number of members will depend upon the population, as I have told you. The chairperson of Nagar Panchayat will be elected by the people, and the vice chairperson will be elected from the member by the members themselves. Whoever are the members, they will elect that vice chairperson. Now the question arises, what will these members do whom we have elected? What is the duty of these members? The duty of these members is to solve the local problems of the people. Now, what are those local problems? Better drinking water, provide electricity, then other things are also there. Sanitation, hospitals, taking care of the health, then also schools, public buildings. These maintenance should be done by them, and also keeping the record of birth and deaths. So for all these work, they need some fund, they need some money. Now again the question arises that from where this money will come. There are two sources. There are two sources. What are those sources? One is taxes. Taxes can be in any form, whether it is a water, the octroi, house, vehicle, rents from municipal buildings. Now, what is octroi tax? It is a tax which is been levied on goods, which is been charged on goods when a goods is entering a city. That is called octroi tax. And what is the second source of income? Grants from the government. Grants from government. or you can say financial help from the government, financial aid from the government, whatever you can say. So this is all about Nagar Panchayat. So what we read today? First of all, why we felt the need of urban self-governing bodies. We felt this need because our towns and cities are getting overcrowded due to many reasons. And for looking after those cities, to manage those cities, to provide civic amenities to the people, we need someone to look after it, and that's why we have formed this urban local self bodies by 74th Amendment Act of 1992. And we have divided into 3 levels: Nagar Panchayat, Municipal Council and Municipal Corporation. The members who are elected, they are called municipal councillors. And what is the duty of this municipal councillors? They will elect the chairperson. Chairperson will be elected by the people, and vice chairperson will be elected by the members themselves. What will be their duty? To look after the basic things, to look after the local problems, and to provide civic amenities to them, like water, electricity, health, hygiene, sanitation, drainage, all these things. Now, to manage and look after these things and to provide civic amenities to the people, they need some funds. From where they will get this money? They will get this money from taxes, and the second is grants from the state government. These are the 2 sources of income of Nagar Panchayat. So children, please go through this. And I am giving you some questions in your WhatsApp group, which will be your homework and you are supposed to do in your civics notebook. Thank you, children.